What's up, everybody? Welcome to the race number 9 reveal from RGR. And as you already have a nice crowd out there. I am joined by race number 8 winner, Mr. Mike Butters. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. It's a little early for you. You got your coffee?
It is. Oh, you betcha. I'm about 3/4 of the way through already. Chugging it back.
Alright, so before we get started, we're just going to talk a little bit about what RGR is in case some people are not familiar with. So this is a group that we started in 2017 to have a race once a month that everybody can race. We have about a week to learn it, and we go through a voting process to determine what that game will be. And Butters here with us won the last race, which was Sparkster. Do you want to talk to us how you what RGR means to you right now, Butters? Like how you learned about us and what it means to you today?
Yeah, sure. I mean, my good friend Stuff and Things, who I'm sure you're all familiar with, it introduced it to me, I guess, about what was the first thing I ran? Oh, it was California Raisins, but I didn't get to it at the end of the week. So, and I don't really have a history of speed running either. So it's kind of been just like a new avenue in my life. I've been more of a variety streamer typically. So it's been a nice way to kind of switch things up once a month. It's been a lot of fun, and I've met a lot of pretty amazing people so far. So I'm happy to be here.
Right, so I'm excited to show your games. I'm sure everybody else is excited. So let's go ahead with game number 1. Take a close look at your screens, guys. On the left side there, we'll reveal the first game in a second. I'm just going to have a suspense, too. We're going to show the category.
Drum roll.
It is a Super Nintendo game. It isn't any percent. Bobby's World. Bobby's World is the first game that Mr. McButters has chosen. I haven't even tried the game myself. We're going to do that right now on this beautiful blue screen that I got up. Turn on my Z2 SNES. So while I boot up the game, Butters, do you want to talk about maybe some of the things that made you decide to pick this game?
Absolutely. Well, honestly, it was kind of just a stroke of one. It was just a stroke of luck. I just happened to be looking up games that were fit the criteria for what I was supposed to pick for RGR. Two, it was probably one of my favorite cartoons growing up, and when I seen it in the list, I was kind of like crossing my fingers that one of the categories would be under 15 minutes, and I got pretty lucky. I was obsessed with Bobby's World when I was a kid.
So this is a nostalgic pick for you. That's awesome.
Absolutely. I had no idea they even made a game of it, so that's pretty exciting.
So have you cleaned your room since?
Maybe once or twice, but my girlfriend's still fighting with me on that one.
All right, so I'm on the home screen. It's pretty cool. It's like a chalkboard. I'm just gonna play the game for a couple of minutes so people can see it. Bobby, your room is a golly mess. I can just hear the mother and the dad.
So classic.
So I understand it's just like a platformer. Have you played it yourself?
Yeah, no, I didn't touch any of the games I picked, so I haven't played it at all.
There you go. So to use Webley, which is his little toy, it's a shield. You press A, so I'm imagining it deflects. I can see you can jump. Looks like you can throw a projectile. L and R don't seem to do anything. The music sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so far that's all I can do. So I can tell right away that you walk really slow, so instead of jumping, so it looks like it's gonna be like a jumpy one. You go faster. Not sure what these candies do.
I already like the art style.
Yeah, I mean, looks like you can jump on enemies too. I was gonna test that. It just stuns it, looks like, because I can just do it forever. So far it seems pretty basic. Like if it remains what I see, it's probably going to be a game that's very quick to learn. So if you aren't sure or you don't like difficult games, this right now I could probably tell you that the mechanics are very simple. So here we have a spaceship with some aliens. Looks like it's in a. I don't remember the plot of the show if it was in this setting as well.
No, the show is just kind of like about a family, really, and the kid just has a really vivid imagination. So this just takes place in, yeah, I guess his like ADD fueled mind and trying to clean his room.
Nice. Doesn't he look like underneath his bed and then it kind of does this weird warp imagination shift thing? I don't know.
I think, yeah, I think that was definitely one episode.
I just want to see if we can see something different if I play like another minute or two. So far it's just like I cleared those two acts pretty easily. Oh, I'm in his toy ship. Move around. A button doesn't do anything. Y, so it's just a ride and shoot.
Okay.
So the controls are really simple, straightforward. There's not much to this game, but I could see like if you have a week to learn, I could see this game being really competitive after a week. Like if you put a bit of time, looks like you can get good really fast. It's kind of hard to project some of these projectiles on screen. Looks like I have a boss here. Some Nickelodeon thing. I don't know. Was this YTV or Nickelodeon? I can't remember.
Looks like a bacteria or something.
Or a mess in his room.
Mold.
I don't know what the strat is here. I'm just kind of shooting him, and seems like the blue part isn't hurting me. Anyway, I think that's enough. I just wanted to showcase that game a little bit. So that's Bobby's World. All right. We're gonna now reveal game 2 category. Ta-da! It is any percent, and for those who like NES, NES is back. Now, what could be the game? This is my fake silent drum roll that I didn't create, but I'll think about it for next time. Ta-da! It is Super Mario Brothers 2. Who doesn't like Mario? Now, I was talking to Brothers before this, and what I was saying is we have a first today. This is the first time that a game that has previously gone for voting is coming back into the voting, and this game had a sick feedback and amount of votes the first time around, but Metroid just edged it. But I could see this game making a strong case again. Butters, do you want to talk about maybe why you picked it? Because I don't think you knew about that coming in. So this was your choice.
Well, again, a lot of what I picked basically just has to do with my childhood, and like I remember my mom would get her haircut at a just like at a person's house or whatever, and she had an NES, and like the only game they had was Super Mario Brothers. So I can remember like going over there for like an hour or two, however long it takes a woman to get her haircut, and just sitting down and playing Mario Brothers 2 when I was probably like, goodness, I had to be like 6 or 7. So, and this game is always stuck in my heart. It's got to be like one of the strangest Marios.
It is strange. I quite remember it as well as one of the ones I've enjoyed the most. Like, I'm not a big Mario player to begin with, but I remember this one really standing out.
Yeah.
I remember the music and
sorry, Mannix.
Go ahead.
Just the ability to like pick which character you wanted to play, and then falling in love with one of the characters was great.
Yeah, and I think this one could be a good choice as well for some people that might want to actually pursue a game like maybe beyond the race, because it is a popular game. And and it is competitive and stuff like that. So it's one of those games where you're like, hey, I might continue this at after the race. Um, I don't remember all the strats. I believe Toad is the guy you go with because he's a little faster in the speed run. Just the music to me just is nostalgic. I think everybody has something to say about that game in their childhood at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah, the music, this even like the sound when you like pick things up out of the ground was and throw them was great.
Which not sure if I was supposed to throw that over there, but that's all right. I didn't look at the strats or anything, so this is purely just picking up the controller and going. The controls are pretty tight in this. I haven't played it with my NES in a while, so this is like from Game Boy to NES. I can tell the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was doing a little bit of googling last night, and I actually found out that Mario Brothers 2 started out as a game called I'm gonna butcher this because it's Japanese, but it was like Yumi Kojo Doki Doki Panic, and the four characters were actually originally Amonjin, Mama, Lena, and Papa. And it wasn't released in Japan until 1992, and it was called Super Mario USA.
that's crazy. So we're playing Doki Doki.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Doki Doki Panic.
You can pick up stuff. You can hold down to do the power jump. I remember that. And the Birdo. I'm actually quite enjoying playing this right now because one, it's nostalgic, and two, I didn't know how good my Nintendo controllers were because I bought it refurb. I'm pretty happy of how it handles. So yeah, that's game two. Um, I think this game has a strong case, but we'll see. You never know. I'm not in people's brains. So let's do category three, won't we? Let's go back to the awesome blue screen. 90%. It is a Nintendo game. And it is the US version. Oh. Contra! It's Contra! If you thought Mario 2 was winning automatically, I think we have to second guess it. Contra is in everybody's hearts as well.
Absolutely.
For the right and wrong reasons, because it is a brutal game in some sense. I'm gonna boot up the game, so same drill. Can you tell us maybe why you picked this one? I have a feeling it came from the heart as well.
It did. Yeah, there seems to be a common theme here. Yeah, there. Growing up on my street, there was three of us, and we were all pretty much the exact same age. We all lived like right beside each other, and one of us had an NES, and one of us had Contra, and the three of us, used to just sit there and play, like, and just see how good we got at beating it. My friend actually was like the first person I know that could beat the game without using the Konami code, and it was like I'll always remember watching him beat the game and not having to use that code. It was amazing.
I've never beaten Contra. I admit to that. I don't even know if I made it to stage 3. I didn't beat the waterfall stage that you climb up. It's like 3 or 4.
Oh
So
yeah.
if this gets picked, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, 10-year-old me was convinced that this game was impossible to beat
And
without the
the
cheat
reason I
codes.
lose is I trade my machine gun for fire. Fire is bad, guys. Yeah, it's pretty good in controls. It's hard to talk about Contra because everybody knows it. It's awesome in its own sense. It's definitely different than the other ones. Like it's not really a platformer per se. It's more like I don't know what you would call it. Is it a run and gun? Oh.
That yeah. When I was doing my googling or whatever, yeah, it was considered a running gun. Apparently, when they brought it to the U.S. too, the game was originally set in the year 2633 in a place called the Galuga Islands, but they changed it to 1987 and they set it in the Amazon when they brought it to America.
So just in case people thought it was like a future game, it still wouldn't be released today.
Get a couple 100 years.
But if you think about it, some of the stuff you see in this game is not that far off from what it could be in 2036. I'm a bad masher, just in case you guys haven't noticed. So you can't hold your button in this version, so you literally have to mash. So good mashers will have an advantage. I wanted to show level 2 because it is showing a different view of the game, which is like a up and down kind of room thing.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts about this game is just like how many times it changes the perspective on like how you're playing the level.
It is pretty hard. Like one hit kills you and you lose your weapons. So obviously consistency in a run would be important for this one. But this game is like, I don't know, it's special. I would like to think it's maybe the harder game to master on the list, but I haven't speedrun any of them. I think it would be the most punishing one. Like if you make a mistake, you just lose your upgrades and everything.
Oh yeah, losing spread would be devastating.
I'm supposed to kill stuff, aren't I?
Who knows? Maybe there's a pacifist percent.
All right, I'm dead. So that was Contra. I better stop playing. I was just having too much fun there. So yeah, guys. So we got Bobby's World on SNES. We got Super Mario Brothers 2 NES. We got Contra US version 80% NES as well. So to keep the votes as fair as possible, do send the votes to me directly in Discord, privately. I mean, you can talk between your friends and that, but we want the votes to be as fair and unbiased as possible. And in 24 hours, we'll reveal which game we race. Will be on the 3rd Sunday of this month. It'll be on the 20th, so we'll have like about 8 days to learn the game. So it'll be awesome. Butters, do you have anything to add maybe before we shut this down?
No, I think I'm good. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, Zell, you want to send me a message on Discord I'll send an announcement in Discord, so just if you're not following us on Discord, just at the bottom of the channel, we got all our descriptions, and we got channels, we got the YouTube channel, the Twitter channel, etc. We'll be sure to update that for you guys as well. Thanks for watching. We'll just do a transition here. Have a good one.